Hey guys, Christy here with Make Everyday Colorful. I wanted to add an intro to this video that I made about us using the Rod and Staff workbooks for pre-K and kindergarten. I currently started using them, let's see, probably several weeks ago, maybe like 2 months or so ago. And I was using Developing Early Learner and Handwriting Without Tears, the pre-K one. I think they're all great. They all cover different skills. I just really wanted to use these Rod and Staff ones when I found them because I felt like they were more hands-on. Like there's cutting and pasting and stories with it and everything. I feel like Developing Early Learner has essential learning skills as well for kids. There was not really much color. There wasn't really any coloring or cutting and pasting. So I felt like my kids needed something a little bit more than that so they didn't maybe get bored with it. So I kind of bounced back and forth, to be honest. But I mostly use the Rod and Staff workbooks, and every so often I'll do some of the Developing Early Learner workbooks. But this video is about the Rod and Staff workbooks. And like I said, I also use Handwriting Without Tears. I felt like maybe we could get a little bit more practice, or because there is, like, you know, tracing letters and stuff and Handwriting Without Tears, which you can obviously practice on your own. But in here, there's extra practice with writing letters and stuff. So I've seen an improvement in my daughter's handwriting skills. So anyway, this is the video for the Rod and Staff workbooks for pre-K and kindergarten. We got them as a bundle, and I hope you enjoy the video. It's a little bit long because I'm trying to show you as much as I can out of every single book. So you can kind of skip through it if you want. But if you want to see as much as you can out of all of the workbooks, just stick through and watch the whole thing. Hope you enjoy. Just jump into the Rod and Staff workbook so you can kind of see what they are. Okay, so this is the pre-K one, and then this is the kindergarten ones. So the pre-K, so here's Bible Stories to Read, which honestly we haven't done these. I'm actually going to hold off till next year to do these because I already had a Bible that we were going through, a kid's Bible, so I kind of wanted to finish all the stories in there and not just stop in the middle of it. So I'm actually going to use this next year. So with this, you can see there's Bible stories, like this is 8 and as Isaac is offered. So then you have this workbook, Bible Pictures to Color. So it's mostly Bible Pictures to Color. So that's kind of like their little activity with the Bible story. You see how it has 8. So it's basically coloring pictures. There's a couple, if I can come across one. Let me go back one page. It's kind of hard to hold your phone and do this at the same time. Okay. This isn't it. I thought it was a color by number, but it's not. Okay. So this is actually one of the interactive ones, and there's not very many interactive ones as far as these Bible stories go. But you see how you cut out the pieces, and then it's Jonah, and basically Jonah in the well. So Jonah's going to go into the fish's mouth. See if there's any. Yeah, so you see, it's basically just coloring pages, and I said there is some color by number. I know I saw that in here. I just can't find it to show you. But I just wanted to show you a few of the pages. And it even, they like use the whole book with these books. They don't waste. That's the back cover. The front cover is instructions, but in the other ones you're going to see, they use like the whole book. So anyway, so let's go to the next thing. So that's Bible Pictures to Color. This is Adventures with Books. So there's 5 workbooks, and well, 6 if you include the Bible stories. So this is what I've been doing because I didn't really know, I guess, how I should be doing this. I've been doing like 1 or 2 workbook pages a day. So I basically go through all 5 books in a week. So I might do 2 from here one day, 2 from another day, or 1 or 2, or however I want to do it. Sometimes I mix and match out. Since my daughters are sharing this, I just made copies. But you see what I mean about using the cover? See? So they're using the cover. So yeah, we've just been making copies of the pages and doing them. So they're getting to learn some practice pre-writing skills because they have to trace. Here's the cut and paste. My kids could not cut and paste 2 months ago. And we got these books, like I said, we're doing Developing Early Learner, and they weren't doing all these skills in there. So now they can cut and paste a lot better than they were, and we're doing a little bit more tracing practice in here. And just to kind of show you, so like these, they learn in their colors, which my kids already knew their colors, but they trace, you know, whatever's supposed to be blue and blue, and then they color it blue, and then, you know, oh, circle the ones that are alike. More cut and paste, and you have to put the correct animal, baby, with the correct parent. Let's see, circle pictures that are alike, and it gets trickier. So this one's, yeah, you gotta put the right shapes, and there's always the directions, and you're discussing something, and then the directions. Sometimes it's not a lot of discussion, sometimes you discuss a little bit more. So you review how the leaves are different as oak, maple, sassafras, and I'm gonna say that wrong. Is that beech and others that the child may have seen. So they're coloring the leaves, and then they're talking about what the different types of leaves are. So yeah, you see how it is? I just love it. I mean, look at this. Look how fun this looks. We haven't done this one yet. So this is animals in the barn, and you cut it, you're gonna cut all this out, and then it's something for your kids to do, and it's really good scissor skills. Still trying to go through a lot of the book because I want you to be able to see a lot of the book. This one my kids actually kind of struggle with. We did something similar today like this, where you trace and then you draw what you see on the dots under it or on the side of it, and my kids are actually kind of struggling with that, so they're practicing that. More cut and paste, what goes together. See, I like things like this. Like this would be obviously the sewing things, and the letter and pencil, the nest and the bird. So do you remember? Okay, what is this? It's probably another one of the, it's a story. And they're gonna have some kind of cut and paste that's gonna come out right there. See if I can get the page to turn. Okay. Yeah, so whenever it's a page like that, it's usually blank on the other side. See, not. So then the little man or little boy, because I didn't read that story yet, is right there, and then oh, and then there's songs too. Jesus loves me. Okay, and then like I said, the back cover, another coloring. They're using the whole book. Let me see. Do it carefully. And they even tell you to discuss like the front cover, like what's on the front cover and things like that. So this one's the alphabet, and then 0 through 9. More, you know, find the two that are the same. More pencil control. Mazes. Say mazes. This is when you trace. There are some mazes in here. My daughters love mazes, especially my older one. Yep, here's the mazes. This is one of the ones we did the other day that was like, they really got stuff on. This is the one we did today. So we have it, this is about as far as we've gotten in the book. So you can see they're starting to learn tracing letters. And like I was saying a while ago, as far as like a handwriting program, I'm still debating exactly what I want to do with that, but I think this is good starter practice. If anything, I may continue with rod and staff for that, but this is good starter practice for, you know, 3 and 4 year olds, because I feel like I don't know, I almost kind of feel like I'd rather my kids be able to read first. And I mean, I would like them to be able to do both, read and write, but I feel like if they can at least read, you know, maybe more hand control can come later as far as writing, and I know they'll get better at it, and we'll do copy work and such. So you see the forest and the stream. So you see how it's interactive. It's just fun. To me, it's like fun. I'm like, I look forward to doing these. I'm like, these look fun to me to do. We hear sounds. And it says, we are thankful God gave us the gift of hearing. When we hear different sounds, we think different things. Have a child find the correct picture and tell what it is you think these questions. Okay, which one barks? Okay, so yeah, so you're asking questions. And they have to tell you which sound goes to which picture. Listen carefully. So another listening one, talking about sounds. What is this? So you see, you are doing some of the skills that I was doing in the developing early learner anyway. So some of the listening skills. What sounds do you hear? Some more sounds. So that's why I kind of mix it up every week, because you can see, okay, coming back, I had to cut my video. Okay, counting with numbers. So we was do it carefully. Now we're going to counting with numbers. That's what happens when you try to video when your kids are awake. You got to keep stopping. Okay, so this one's, they're learning numbers, so they have to write their ones and their twos. And so they're doing the twos. So this one's probably circle 2 in the picture. They're threes. And there's actually, if this isn't the only one with numbers, there's the other workbooks have numbers in them as well. So circle how many are in the box. So since we kind of got a late start in the year with this, because I was doing the other workbooks instead, we're kind of behind. So we just been trying to do about 2 workbook pages a day at least, and just trying to catch up, because I want her to do the kindergarten workbooks when she was supposed to start her kindergarten year, because we kind of do year-round homeschooling, so that's a plus. But I try to take a month break in the summer and then start over with the new year, which would be for July for us. So I was trying to hopefully get a good bit of these workbooks done by July and then start on the kindergarten. So this one is probably like, yes, however many animals. So which one has 2? So obviously they cut the 2 out and put it with the elephants. So I think there's some cute little worksheets. I love the pictures. And a lot of these, most of them, in most of these workbook pages. Oh, this is going to be a little more difficult to cut out. So improving on the scissor skills. So this one is, how many cookies did you draw? How many persons in your family? So, oh, that's kind of cool. So draw 1 cookie for every person in your family. So for us, they would have to draw 5. Cross out the empty one. Circle the full one. So the empty and full. So this one, they're kind of writing about themselves. Let's see. Bottom, okay. Discuss the various ways we use numbers in daily living. Example, ask kid, what has numbers that we use to tell time? Okay, that's pretty cool. So obviously clock. So just, general knowledge. They're trying to make sure they know. Okay. And how many sheep did you count? Okay, so they got to count all the little sheep. I'll probably have to help them with that, because I don't think we can count to 100 yet. So that was counting with numbers. This one is finding the answers. So this one's another, it has alphabet and numbers. And they start off with stuff from the very beginning. What would you find inside? Okay, so this one's kind of like basic knowledge. Like, what would you find inside a toaster? What would you find inside a pot? Toolbox. Oh no, that's a lunchbox. And then more cut and paste. What goes to what? This one I found to be a little bit hard because my daughter can't read yet, even though you're thinking like you just matching the correct words, like here to here. They still have to kind of look at that because they're not used to reading yet, so they have to really look at how to do that one. So color by number, and then count the fruit. And I'm just going to be honest with you. So I was really debating doing workbooks at all, because I really love Charlotte Mason's method and not really making kids do schoolwork till they're 6. But at the same time, I don't know, I have like very mixed feelings about it. I mean, there's so many different methods of homeschooling. So we're kind of just doing it. I'm not going to say I don't kind of push a little bit for them to do it. I'm trying not to. So I basically try to do 2 workbook pages a day. And if they don't complete it fully, that's what I don't really care about. So, I mean, like if we do this and one wants to color the water and the fish and all that and the other doesn't, I do not force them to sit there and color everything. A lot of times I'll find in these, they're like, tell them to try and color it or color it accurately. But I don't really force them to do that. So like this, if I'm not reading the directions, but like let's say it says trace the tree and then color the correct colors. If all they do is trace it and they tell me the tree's normally green, I mean, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not going to sit there and make them sit there for an hour, 30 minutes or an hour doing something. And because I want them to like really love school. I want them to love learning. So I don't want to make it too forced. See, look how cute this is. It's an Eskimo and their sled. And you cut all that out. And I just what I love about these books. And then find the next block. Okay. I haven't gotten through all of this. Ooh, I feel like this is going to be a kind of a hard one for them. But we'll see when we get there. See. Find the birds and insects. I just like how much they learn in these books about, it's not just different skills like how to cut and paste or how to write your numbers or match. They're learning things like that they may have not known. Like the one I showed you with the leaves. If they didn't know the type of leaves, I mean, we're learning that together. Because I don't know, you know, even though I want to do nature study and stuff, I'm not that fluent in all my nature stuff because I spent many years inside my house. So I like how we're learning things that maybe I don't even know. Okay, so this is the last workbook for the pre-K. Everywhere we go. So more numbers. And I like this too. You see, they draw the one, but then they're drawing a one, you know, with the dog, from the dog to the bone. So they're drawing ones. Circle the correct number in each box. So there's a lot of, here you practicing your numbers again. So they're doing numbers and letters usually more than once a week. See all these activities? So much stuff in these books, y'all. So much stuff. So they're learning about friends around the world. Oh, back to letters. See? Circle and color the shapes in each box. Color 4 brown and 7 green. So, yeah. If my daughter did not want to color all those, I probably wouldn't make her color them all. But as long as she could tell me, you know, show me 4 and then tell me I would make these 4 brown and these 7 green, something like that, I'd be okay with that. Match the pictures that begin with the same sound. So they're, you know, getting into the sounds. So beginning sounds or rhyming. I love these books, y'all. I really do. I think I might like them more than my kids. Seriously, it's funny. But okay, so I wanted to show you a couple of the worksheets we did. And actually, I sit and do worksheets with them too sometimes because, like I told y'all, I really like the books. And I find that makes them want to do it too. So this is one I did, but my coloring. I don't know if it's beautiful, but I thought I was going to organize all this at first and have, put it all in order, but I don't know. I might eventually do that. So I just, every time we do these workbooks, I'm still in the beginnings, I guess. I write their initial or their name and the date. See, here's a color by number 1. See, some of these are mine. You're just going to see a lot of mine, I guess. So this is one of my daughters. See, I didn't make her color everything. She colored her duck whatever color she wanted it. And you can see her 3s aren't that great. I have to help them a little bit, but I'm not really that concerned about it right now because she's only 4, so no big deal. And this one, she didn't even finish her worksheet. This is my younger one. She's 3, so we might just do them again next year. So I'm not going to force her to do everything because I don't want her to not like doing school early on. So you can see them practicing. Flipping through it really quick. See, this was about well, not quite a month ago, but you can see her scissor skills definitely need improving because she's not doing that perfectly with it, but I could say she's gotten a lot better from what she did. So, poured, solved. So this is just some of the stuff they did. And it depends on if they're getting tired too, because I find that sometimes now with their cutting that they can do a lot better, but it's all about if they're tired of cutting out or not. So if they're like, okay, I'm over this, then they're gonna leave like a bunch of big chunky pieces. But if they're not, then they do a lot better. So, yep, this is basically it. See what I mean? See, on that last worksheet, it looked like they did a lot better, but then on this day, I guess she was probably like, okay, I'm kind of getting over it, so she just cut as fast as she could just to be done with it. And then, yeah. So, okay, so let me move to the kindergarten stuff. Okay, so these are the kindergarten rod and staff workbooks. And we have not done any of these yet, but let me just tell you one thing that I thought was really awesome about this, just starting off. So this looks like mountains. Yep, where the mountains. So it shows you on the world map where the mountains are. And all the workbooks are like that. And I thought that was so neat. We actually hung a huge world map. See where the grasslands and deserts, and it shows you on the map. We actually hung a huge world map in my kitchen, and now when we read stories and it talks about certain parts of the world, I go and show them on a map. And I was like actually amazed at some of the stuff that my daughters retain just from doing that, trying to do it on a regular basis. Okay, so here we're looking at different animals, mountain reference list. And we're going back to some skills, color and match the signs, some more numbers, connect the dots. So this is ovals, and then they have to put it with the correct, the picture lineup. So obviously the watermelon, and then they're gonna have the nest. Okay, so how many animals, and they're having to cut and paste that. I wash my face, I comb my hair. Okay, so they got to put the correct ones for that. So here we're doing more scissor skills, a lot of scissor skills, a maze. So I'm not going to go through everything, but you see a puzzle. Find two that are the same. Cut and paste opposites. So we're drawing opposites. Count the animals. Color the shapes by number. See, another craft right there. I love all of these. I think this would probably be my kids' favorite stuff to do. They love doing crafts. How did it happen? So I have to probably put it in, yeah, put it in order. Joseph loved his brother. So a story. Okay, what's used with wood and what's used with paper. So they have to sort it. And I really like things like that because, you know, it's skills that, you know, you maybe not thinking every day that you need to teach them, or knowing like difference between wood, plastic, metal, but they're learning it. So kind of just quickly going through these more. That's why I say these are interactive to me, because you're doing the story and then you're going to cut, they can color or whatever, and then they can cut out that and it just goes with the story. All right, and cover identification of mountain age, North America animals. Okay, so that was the mountain one. So then we have the savanna, or let me say the deserts and the grass. Is it deserts and grasslands? Yes. So alphabet, tracing, cutting, word tracing. I wish I could show y'all every page in these books, but then the video would be so long, because I've looked at these books several times. I've showed like my friends, I've showed my mom. I thought they were so cute. And I really hope that if you get them that y'all enjoy them too. So now they have to do a little bit of copy work right there. So many different skills in these books. And these could be even just little morning starter workbooks or just little afternoon thing to do with other stuff. Okay, inside and out. So now we're going to the woodland areas. Of course, it has the animals. We learn more numbers. Child should count the rabbits from 1 to 11, writing different numbers on each rabbit. Okay, so numbers. What else goes in the cave? So you gotta draw the path there. Count by twos. What is the weather outside today? Oh, okay. So this is going to be one of those. Probably need, what do they call it? A little Brad or something? I forgot exactly what they call that. Are the animals large or small? What's the difference in the summertime? What can be seen in the springtime and in the fall? What will he eat? Color by number. See how interactive this is? See how much there is to do? I mean, aren't these workbooks just beautiful? I think they're so pretty. I really enjoy looking at them. And I just can't wait to do some of these. See, that's why I make copies for myself and I do them too. You saw how I had my initial on a lot of the papers. I'm just like a big kid and I'm learning stuff too again. And it makes it fun. And it makes it fun for my kids if I'm having fun doing it as well. Where are the polar areas? And so it shows you the polar areas and some of the polar animals. Tracing, cutting, numbers. I'm going to kind of speed it up a little bit so the video doesn't last forever. But cut and paste the animals that are next. Oh, so pattern. Circle the picture that should come next. So patterns. Or sequence. I'm saying patterns. Sequence. Maybe it's called both. I don't know. Sequence is what I've always called it. So what's the missing parts? Color by number. What else lives where the cold wind blows? So you can see very, very cute. Very, very, very cute workbooks. So 2 more, and it's hearing and helping is the next one. And again with the map. Rainforest animals, rainforest animals. Oh, we're doing the rainbow. So you can see your kids are doing a lot of different skills, and they're learning a lot in these books, in my opinion. Okay, and the last one, learning more and more. So of course it shows where the oceans are. And then this one actually shows you puts everything all together. And some of the ocean animals. Colors of the sea. Count the small shapes and color the salmon. Oh, that was a clock one. Tick-tock, tick-tock, hands move on the clock. I like that. We actually got a cuckoo clock, and that's how my daughter's kind of learning to tell time, because she counts the cuckoos. Isn't that funny? To the river they come, match the letters the same. Okay, so you got to do the letters So you see, this is basically the breakdown of the kindergarten and the pre-K rod and staff books. And if you got them together, then it was discounted. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. So like I said, it was a little bit long, but I wanted to try and cover as much as I could out of the rod and staff workbooks. If you like what you saw, you can click the subscribe. I'm going to be trying to put up new videos. I'm also going to be putting up an updated video about our pre-K homeschool year. I did one at the beginning of the year on our first day of school, but we've changed a lot during this time. I don't do all of that the same anymore, and I kind of wanted to give you a more updated video since we've had so much time with it. We're actually in week, I think, 30 right now, so I can give you a rundown of how we do things every day. So I hope you stay tuned for that, and God bless y'all and have a great day.